More updates have been made to the H-1B visa following the recent $100,000 fee announcement. Green card holders also now face a tougher path to United States citizenship, and the Department of Homeland Security is imposing a $1,000 fee on most immigrants seeking temporary parole. While it seems that the Trump administration is moving along with stricter immigration measures, a new study is warning of the potential long-term risks to the nation's growth and fiscal stability. The Trump administration has revealed how H-1B applicants can pay the new $100,000 fee and who's exempt from paying it. The huge new fee was announced on September 19th, and at the time, President Trump said there were to be some exemptions, but they were not made clear. Some attorneys also complained that they did not have an obvious route to pay the government when submitting applications. That has now, however, been made clear, as on Monday, October 20th, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services directed applicants to a payment portal, telling them that they could only apply with a receipt showing the new fee had been submitted to the government. The agency also said some applicants, like student visa holders, may be exempt from the fee. The administration's changes to the H-1B visa were designed in a way to still attract highly skilled overseas talent, while also making sure that the system was not being abused to bring in cheaper labor. Some critics of the changes have stated that the move could leave small and medium-sized businesses reliant on foreign talent at a disadvantage. And the US Chamber of Commerce announced on October 16th that it was suing the Trump administration, alleging the president did not have legal authority to change the fee. People who have previously applied for an H-1B are exempt from the new fee, as are F-1 student visa holders who are seeking to switch to an H-1B after their studies are completed. USCIS said that even if those applicants who leave the US then re-enter, they would still not need to pay the new fee. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem did add that there would also be exemptions in extraordinarily rare circumstances. Green card holders now face a more grueling path to gaining United States citizenship, as a new civics test demanding higher scores came into effect on October 20th. Applicants seeking citizenship now face increased scrutiny in the form of community interviews, and the federal government is also looking out for whether immigrants show they hold American values and are of good moral character. USCIS will now require most applicants for US citizenship to take the updated 2025 Naturalization Civics Test. Now, this revised exam is designed to evaluate applicants' knowledge of US history and government more thoroughly. Previously, the test required applicants to answer 6 out of 10 questions of the civics test correctly. The questions were selected from a pool of 100, while the new test requires applicants to answer 12 out of 20 questions correctly from a pool of 128 questions to pass. Applicants are allowed to retake the test if they do not pass on their first attempt, but failing the test twice will result in the denial of their citizenship application. Now, a stricter test was introduced in 2020 when Trump was first in office, but Joe Biden's administration reverted to the previous 2008 model. Immigration has, of course, been one of the major pillars of the Trump administration since he took office for his second time in January 2025. The administration's maneuvering of federal agents has led to a spike in ICE arrests of alleged illegal immigrants, while crossings at the southwest border are at their lowest in half a century. But while their immigration efforts are seemingly having the effect they, and many voters, wanted, some experts have warned of some potential issues. A new study by the National Foundation for American Policy outlines potential long-term risks to the nation's growth and its fiscal stability. The report outlines steep declines in both the economic output and US labor force over the next decade. It warns that restrictive immigration measures could slow growth and widen federal deficits. If those projections hold, the policies could not only shrink the US labor force by millions, but also slow economic growth and increase federal debt, potentially affecting job availability, wages, and living standards across the country. According to the NFAP analysis, the US labor force could be cut by 6.8 million by 2028 and 15.7 million by 2035. The decline is attributed to both legal and illegal immigration policy changes, including reduced refugee admissions, the 2025 travel ban, the end of temporary protected status, and humanitarian parole programs. Elsewhere, the Department of Labor has issued a warning that immigration enforcement raids are having a negative impact on farmers and food prices because there aren't enough American workers ready or willing to step into these manual jobs. The filing is one of the first concessions that Trump's mass deportation policy is going to have a negative impact on farming and food prices, following months of warnings from industry experts. The DOL has offered up a potential solution to the issue. In a new proposal filed in the Federal Register, the DOL said it would look to lower wage requirements for temporary farm workers who are on the H-2A visa. This is an effort to encourage farmers to use the program instead of hiring undocumented workers who are now being detained by ICE. If you listen to the Trump administration, you would assume that immigration in the US is under control and that their policies are working.
They are arresting bad criminals, and they're really good at it too. They're arresting people that kill, people that would cut your throat and not even care about it. These are brave people, and it's very dangerous. And if they go even a little bit too far, they get into trouble, which is a shame. I protect them, but they get into trouble.
But it does seem like some cracks are beginning to show.